Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey.
It's time for an Amanda Exclusivo.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Amanda Exclusivo. I'm your host, Amanda Geffner. My guest today is making his Exclusivo comeback. That's right. He's here to talk about his time on the Netflix series Perfect Match and get me all caught up to speed on his dance moves. Please welcome Clayton Echard. Hey, Clayton.
Hey Amanda, it's nice to be back. Yeah, I think we were just talking about this off air, but I think what 2 to 2.5 years ago, a lot has changed since the last time I've been on.
Let's start with what's changed first, which is the hair. You had the
Yeah,
mullet, and now what's going on here?
yeah. So the guy brought the frosted tips back, which that was I actually had my hair dyed back when I was in seventh grade. My dad dyed it. I wanted the frosted tips because Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were super popular back then. And so recently, I've been doing like a lot of healing and self work. And so one of the things that I felt I wanted to do was like honor the younger version of me, and basically acknowledge that that part of me exists still. And so and I'm proud of it. And so I was like, hey, you know what would be cool is to like re-dye my hair. Like set back like I was 13 years old again. So basically acknowledge that part of me and be like, hey, I love you. That's this part. Like I'm proud of you.
No,
So
I
I
love
decided
it.
the
I
frosted.
was going to call you Jesse Palmer's doppelganger again, but I don't know if I can with the tips.
I don't think you can now. Yeah, yeah,
No, I had
yeah.
that in the introduction. I'm like, all right, forget it.
Yeah, I gotta scratch it. Unless I can convince Jesse to do frosted tips. I think he might have had them at some point. I feel like I saw an old photo. It was a big phase. So in every like what 20 years style comes back. So I've started seeing more and more people with frosted tips. So maybe it's
Yeah,
coming back.
I have too, but now you're ready to be in a boy band. You're already like killing it with the dance moves. I've been seeing all your dance videos and I love it, by the way. I love how you just continue to keep posting no matter what people say. It's fun. It brings you joy, and I can tell how when you're doing it. So what made you want to start dancing?
I was just always something that I wanted to do because I just thought, I mean, it was fun. When I was dancing down in my basement with my brothers because we were watching You Got Served, the movie, which is an old dance movie. It's pretty good and it always pumped us up. And so we would dance down in the basement and it just was fun. And it was like to be able to move your body and jump around and be high energy. And so I did that obviously in the confines of my own basement with my brothers who weren't judgmental. We were just having a good time. But from that point, I mean, I always took a liking to dancers. I thought it was really cool what they could do to be able to like control their body movements and do what very few people could do. And so I thought, hey, I would love to be able to do this. So I gave it a shot and it became like multifaceted. It was always for me, primarily. I did it for me and only for me. But I posted that first dance video online and it got great feedback. I mean, people were like, "Oh, it's so awesome that you're trying something new." And we love that. It's never too late to start something new. And so I was like, "Oh, cool. Like people seem to appreciate this." And well, this is a passion of mine, so I'll just keep posting it. And over time, the narrative started to shift a bit. But I know deep down why people hate on the dancing. And so I ultimately am trying to show people that you don't have to be an expert to do something. You just have to do it. And who cares if you don't look that great at it, as long as you are having fun, then like do it. It's not like only experts can do certain things. Like anybody can do something. Again, we got to get rid of the comparison culture and we have to, my whole thing is like, look, I'm not like the greatest dancer. I know that. I'm stiff. Hip hop is fun for me, but like it doesn't look that fluid, but that's not the point. The point is I'm doing it and nobody can stop me and I'm having fun. So like nobody can stop anyone else watching my dance videos. Like you could do it too. The only person stopping you is yourself. So that's the message that I'm trying to convey is like if you stop caring what people thought, you would do just like what I'm doing and dance because you can dance probably as good, if not better than I can, but you just don't do it.
But that's a good way to put it. You can't let the outside noise get to you. You just have to have fun and do what makes you happy and post about what you love and just forget about what people are saying. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, and I got caught up in that for many years. I would say probably the last 8 months to a year, I got to a point at which I stopped caring about the majority of outsiders' opinions. I mean, I'll still like pay attention, but it doesn't feel the same. Like I don't get hit with the same It doesn't knock me down nearly, if at all, like it used to, because you start to really like decipher and look into the hate and realize that it's not, they don't hate you, they hate what you remind them of, or they hate what you're capable of, that they're capable of as well, but they just aren't doing for fear of judgment from others. And so, the hate isn't actually at me for who I truly am. It's for, what I rile up within somebody. And a lot of times it's people's egos that get threatened because, again, I'm doing something that anybody else can do. And again, if you looked at an experienced dancer online and you saw them dancing, you'd be like, oh, cool, that's awesome. I could never do that. And so your ego's not threatened. You see someone like me dancing, you're like, I could totally do that. And then your ego goes, then why don't you? And the answer is because people are afraid of judgment from others. Like they're afraid to do it. They have the capability. And that's why I believe a lot of people hate my dancing is because they know they could do it. They're like, I can dance just like him. But it's like, right, but you're not because you're too afraid. And like and so you would rather me stop dancing and stop reminding you every single day. But like, yet they keep watching. They keep watching. If you look at my videos, they keep sharing, they keep hating, they keep trying to stop me from dancing. And because like if they stop me, they'll stop being reminded of what they could do but are choosing not to do. And I'm not going to stop unless I want to. I mean, I'm like, look, I can stop right now if I wanted to. I don't have to become an expert. Like, sure, if I become a really great dancer, then like I shut all the critics up. They're like, oh my gosh, he did it 5 years later. He's really good. And now I have, no excuse. Or if I stop right now and people go like he was never good. It's great he finally stopped. The reality is like I don't have to prove to anybody how good of a dancer. The point is I did it. That's all that mattered. It's like I did it and didn't care what people thought about me.
Yeah.
And I'm happier for it. Like I'm happier for it and I just want people to do that. I'm like just do what you makes you happy. Like stop comparing and thinking you have to be like a certain level of competence in order to do something. There's so many people
I love
think that.
that. You know
Yeah.
what? Don't stop the music, as Rihanna says. Don't stop the music. Let it keep going. Just have fun, have a good time. And since you are one of the former bachelors, lots of former bachelors, such as Nick Viall, Joey Grazadeh, most notably, was on Dancing with the Stars. Is
Yeah.
that something that you would like to do in the near future?
Yeah, I mean, look, I like to dance, so if you then pay me to dance, of course, like it's a no-brainer. I would love to be paid, hundreds of thousands of dollars to dance. I do it for free. So I'm not afraid, obviously, to step on a stage and challenge myself. I think I could pick up ballroom. Like, I'm not gonna say it's easy. I think it's challenging, and first of all, I also want to say I think that the experts, they're incredible. I could never just get to their level out the gate. But I do think that my frame and how I dance, and it's more upright and proper. That's more ballroom style. Hip hop dancing is more like slouched and poor posture. I'm more of like an upright, like good postured person. So I actually think I would look way better on ballroom. I think I would kill it. But again, you got to have the fan. You got to be the fan favorite. You have to have the backing, and I just don't know if I have that anymore. That's fine. Doesn't matter to me. But I think I'm not relevant enough to be on that show at this point, unless something changes. So
So, if you were on that show, have you been watching it growing up? Is there someone that you would like to be partnered with if given the opportunity? I know this is like a crazy
yeah, no, I
question.
mean honestly, I leave it up to just like whatever's meant to be is meant to be. So whoever would get me as a partner if that happened, I mean. They're going to get one of the hardest workers. That's, I mean, again, like I have no doubt. I'd be surprised. And if I did get knocked out night one, if I went, then so be it. I'll take that and I will say, okay, great. I tried my hardest, but I'm an athlete and I'm a hard worker and I'm very talented. So I think I would go pretty far. And, but yeah, again, I think it's at this point, we'll see what happens. You never know. I always keep the door open. And like I said, I mean, you want to cut me a check to dance? Okay, done.
Absolutely. I mean, you heard it here first, guys. I mean, I was just curious about your thoughts on Dancing with the Stars. But the last time I talked to you, you were the Bachelor, and then you went to Perfect Match. So tell me, what was harder for you, being the Bachelor or dating on Perfect Match?
Oh, The Bachelor by far. The Bachelor changed my life drastically. I completely flipped it on its head. To be honest with you, Perfect Match kind of flopped overall. Like it was, and the show did okay.
Mhm.
Didn't change my life. Hardly actually did anything to my life at all, which is fine. Like I was open to the idea of it bringing new opportunities. It didn't bring like a single opportunity, and I was like, that's cool. Like I'm winning in my real life right now. I'm doing really well with work. Like life is good. I've never been better, and so I'm like, look, it doesn't really matter to me. Like the show, good thing I have other things going for me. But like going on Perfect Match, it was fun, by the way. I'm not trying to trash the show. I just think it didn't perform well. But I really liked the people that I met and I had a ton of fun and it was just something like I'm very, very comfortable on reality television. So I thought this is going to be a really great experience. And I get to spend a month in Tulum with a bunch of awesome people and get to have a great time and get paid for it. Like it's again, it's a no-brainer. I was like, I love the once in a lifetime opportunities. So I'll always take them if they come by.
Yeah, so how were you approached about Perfect Match? Did you have to audition or did Netflix reach out to you?
They reached out because of my dancing. Yeah, they saw my dance videos and they reached out and they're like, "We love your dancing." They keep popping up on our Explore page. We'd love to like consider you to come on the show, and all we ask is you dance. And I was like, "Okay, great." Again, you're gonna bring me to Tulum, you're gonna pay me, and then you're gonna just ask that I dance, and that's really it. I was like, "Fair." Like I again, put me on the next flight. So it was the dance videos, yeah. Which if again is funny. It's like the people that say, "Oh, it's cringy," and I hear all this noise, but like they don't realize that all of their sharing of my videos to make fun of me allowed them to get more visibility. The most powerful thing that you can do with a video is share it. It's more powerful than a like. Like for the algorithm's sake, like a share is the most powerful thing you can do. I just find it funny because I'm like all these people that hate on me that send it to their friends to mock me. I'm like, you're the one that's giving me opportunities. You're the one that's supporting my page. You're the one that's getting me paid. And you're the one that
Right.
like you keep coming back and watching. And I see that I have more shares than likes. And you all say that's embarrassing. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if you think it's embarrassing. You just keep bringing opportunities my way. So it's funny how you think you're just tearing me down, but you're building me up, which my haters have done for the last 4 years of my life. Like I got an awesome group of people that support me. I have an awesome like community on Instagram. So I have a lot of people that support me too. So I don't want to like, and I'm so grateful for those individuals. But I have a lot of haters, like more than most probably previous bachelors. If I mean, I'm up there, like, and but yet the funny thing is I'm like they're the ones that drive my traffic. They're the ones that get me the opportunities. So to me, I don't speak much on it, but I find it funny. I'm like, you think you're tearing me down, but you're the whole reason you're building me up. Like that's the reason why I'm getting opportunities is because of you all.
Honestly a good way to put it. And like you keep saying, don't let them get to you, Clayton, ever. I mean, listen, you and I have been friends now for 2 years, so I obviously support what you do, and I'm proud of you for just not letting the outside noise get to you and just living your life and being happy. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and I think that's where I saw a video recently, I almost posted on my story, but I was like, nah, I don't need to like attack the haters. But there was a video saying, the best thing you can do to haters is continue winning. And basically show them that like things continue to get better and better because they want to see you lose, but the like best thing you can do is just win and win and keep winning at a high level. And eventually like they have to come to terms with the fact that all of their words could do nothing to you and they were powerless. And that's a tough thing for them, but like then hopefully they transition their mindset into being like, if I were like Clayton or somebody else that didn't care about the outsider's opinions, like what would I be doing? And hopefully it gets them to go, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do what Clayton did and I'm going to just go try something new. I don't care what people think. And that's where I'm like, again, I've turned some people where they said, I used to hate on you. I love those DMs. Like, I used to hate on you. I used to think that you sucked. I thought this, that, and the other. And then I've realized the message you pushed, like, I started to, like, it started to shift in my head. And now I'm doing things that I was always afraid to do. And I'm so grateful. Like, I'm glad that you continue to keep dancing because now, it's inspired me to try something new and triumph over that fear. So I love those messages. And because again, it's like we all have an ego, but I love when people can basically just put their ego at bay and say, you know what, I was wrong. And thank you. I realized you're not what I thought you were, but you've really helped me out. Because what I'm doing is harmless. I'm dancing online. Like to be getting
Yeah,
negative comments, you could go on my comments and see these people, and it's like, what do you like? How can you hate someone dancing? Like you're
exactly.
you're just miserable, is what you are. It's like that's the
Yeah,
truth. And I'm not saying that to like degrade you. I'm saying that to wake you up. Like wake up and realize that you're miserable because of your own doing. And I'm fired up about this kind of message because I used to be a victim myself. I used to have a victim mindset like most of these people. And it's like nobody comes to save you. Only you save yourself. So Anyways, not that I need to go into some deep thought, but like
No,
I
I'm here. We're here for it on the Exclusivo. You
yeah.
can vent whatever you want. I love
Yeah,
it.
no, I just feel passionate about it because I think there's this fine balance where someone will hear what I'm saying right now and their ego will go and attack and be like, "Oh, he's pointing the finger at me and blaming me." It's like, "No, I'm not. I'm trying to get you to take accountability." Because like, no, again, if you don't take accountability, no one's going to do it for you. And sometimes like you need that pressure to be able to see it. So, again, I've done a lot, went through a lot of therapy and I'm by no means perfect, but I've learned a lot, through asking the right questions and gained a lot of insight and understood like where certain things are other people's problems but I also have certain things that I have problems that I need to work upon. So like, we're all it's like take the accountability for what you can, but you don't have to take all the accountability. Just because someone hates you online doesn't mean that like that you have to take accountability for that. Some people are just again projecting.
Good for you for saying that. I mean, it's hard for people to like admit stuff like that, and the fact that you did, I'm proud of you, Clayton, just
Thank you.
for being yourself and putting
Uh,
yourself first. And it's great to see that, really. And so, is that why you went on Perfect Match, just to do something for yourself?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, what I was excited about was that they were like, we just want you to dance and be you. And I thought, hey, it's been a few years since I was last on TV, so this is going to be the most free version of myself that I've ever put out there. And so, free and authentic. So I was like, look, I'm going to throw myself out there for the world to see, like, this is the most authentic version of Clayton that has ever existed. Because on The Bachelor, I would say I was about 80% myself. But I was still trying to uphold this image of like the perfect man because that's what The Bachelor, like the title, it's a lot of pressure like on
Mhm.
leads. Like you're expected to be damn near perfect and not have any flaws. Because it's a role that like very few people, I think at this point, what 30 people have had in the entire, existence of the US. It's like there's only been 30 other guys. And so it's like this really high title that comes with a lot of pressure. And that caused me to be more like timid with my actions, and I held back when it's like I on the perfect match, I didn't hold back at all. I truly like just expressed what I felt and did what I wanted to do. Um, and ultimately, I received a similar edit to The Bachelor, but I understand why. Most reality television shows, there's no place for nuance, so they don't have time to show you and with the complexity of who you are as a person, they just put you in a good or bad category. And unless you have a show like Love Island where they have a new episode every single day and there's like 70 episodes, that's where nuance can be shown because they literally have so much to show. So they just put filler in, guys hanging out and shooting the shit and like you get to see their personalities. That honestly would be a show. And I'm not saying I want to go on the show, but I'm like a show like that would be really good for me because I'm a very nuanced individual, and it's really easy to categorize me and look at me on the surface and be like, he's probably this kind of person, and I'm just not. So shows that have like very like limited episodes, yeah, I get grouped into the bad category. And I'm not a saint, but I'm definitely not the monster that people try to put me into a
No,
category.
you're not. And what you're saying is you're not sick of reality TV, so you're open to any other kind of show, right?
Yeah, again, like people are like, oh, after everything he's been through, I wouldn't go on television. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I get it though. I understand where that's coming from because there was a point at which I said, I was like, hey, if I could go back, I would press a reset button and never do any of this. That was when I was at the bottom of the valley, when I had fallen off the mountaintop and I was like, this is miserable. I wish I'd have never done this. So I think that's what a lot of other people saw. But the reality is now is I've never been on a higher mountaintop. Like I legitimately am winning. I can't lose at this point. And it's great. I don't have any ties to social media. I don't have any dependency upon it. I don't even make money at this point off social media. Kind of, I guess, indirectly when I post about real estate, but it's really freeing. And I'm like, I honestly am more confident. I have more self-love, and so I carry that into my work. And I'm crushing it with sales and I wouldn't be this person if I didn't go through all the trials and tribulations and build up the resiliency. So now, I can handle a no, I can handle an objection, and I can fire back and close a sale. So again, reality television like turned me into a more resilient human being. So I'm like, yeah, of course I would go on another TV show. Like it's only going to make me better because it's such a foreign
Yes.
environment. There's nothing like reality television. There's like it's not a, it's you there's nothing in your real life will ever prep you for reality television because reality television is like you got people that go on a show that have all these motives, ulterior motives. Some people want fame, some people are looking for validation, some people are looking for opportunities. A lot of people, everyone walks in with a motivation. And so there's a psychological component where people tell you that they're here for the right reasons, but they're really not. And so then you have to figure out who's here for like to actually get to know me if I'm the lead of The Bachelor versus who's here to just try to pump their brand. And that's like it's like this like psychological investigation that you're trying to decipher. And I find it super fascinating. Like I would love to do a show like The Traders. If you could tell
Ooh.
if there's any show at which like I would want to go on, it's The Traders because it's all about psychological manipulation and who's the good guys and who are the bad guys. And I'm like, put me in that. I want to test my mind to the fullest extent to see if I can sniff out, what's fake and what's real.
Well, you should
Because
talk to Ari. He was on it, former bachelor, another one who did the
yeah,
traders too.
I mean, I've thrown it out there a few times. So like again, if it's meant to be, the universe will bring it my direction. But yeah, I mean, I love the psychological component. I think a lot of people don't actually even in real life. So on reality television, people have, different intentions than what they state. Same thing in real life. There's like you dating world, people will tell you that they want one thing, but they really want another. It's just like anything, like people, like, there's some people that just can't tell their truth. And so they mask it with, these lies to try to get what they really want when it's like, why don't you just be honest about what you're after? So, um, it's really heightened on reality television. So I like that. It seems like a game that I get to try to play and outsmart somebody.
Yeah. No, I mean, I could totally see you doing the traders, but I want to obviously ask you this one question. So when you were on Perfect Match, were you surprised to see Rachel there? Did you expect to
I was shocked. Yeah.
shocked? I'm
Um,
sure.
yeah, I mean, because I really thought, I mean, like, when they came to me, they said, "Hey, we have not had anybody on Perfect Match yet outside of the Netflix realm, so this is going to be a big surprise. We're going to have you and maybe a couple other people." So it's going to be like a big wrinkle and the whole, like it's the new season and it's going to really just drive a lot of people. And I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, that seems great. And so, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be the main guy, but I'm still kind of like the big, I'm the main guy for night one or whatever. But because I had been the lead, it was like I'm like, oh, look, this is so much different, and all these people are like big time from all their previous shows, so
Right.
it's a bunch of all stars all together. So I was like, we all have an even playing field, but it's cool that I get to be like the big surprise, and
And everyone knows who you are as a former bachelor, so everyone's like, "Oh, Clayton's back." And then
some
plot
of them,
twist.
some didn't. Yeah, some people were like, "Who's this guy?" Which is funny. Like the guys from the United Kingdom and such, they're like, "Who is this dude?" And but they're awesome. Like I really just a lot of unique individuals with which are again like there's a lot of similarities about people that go on reality television. The risk takers. They're very bold, like they're very expressive typically, or they've done something really impressive to get there. It's like, and so I'm always grateful to meet those individuals because they've done something pretty impressive to like put themselves on there, and to be found somewhere on the corner of the internet and brought on a TV show. So it was a lot of fun, but yeah, when Rachel walked through the door, I was shocked.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
You're
and
just like
actually,
reliving the bachelor days.
yeah, and actually, what's funny is how I found out was it wasn't when she first walked through the door. I actually heard that she was coming a couple days prior, and it was a
Oh,
slip up. Yeah, it was a slip up by the girl that I was matched with, Juliet at the time. She basically we were hanging out in like the room and she was just like, yeah, I'm surprised. She's like, I didn't know that like who else was going to be here because I'm from Siesta Key, MTV. And so she's like, when you popped in, I was like, oh, wow. And I was just curious who else was coming. And I go, yeah, I was like, it's pretty interesting. I didn't know how many people else from other networks were coming as well. She's like, well, there's still more people coming. I said, yeah, is there? She goes, oh yeah. She goes, I know of one person. She's like, she's actually from Bachelor Nation. And I was like, oh, she is. And she's like, yeah, yeah. She reached out to me because I have a swimwear company. And so like her PR person was reaching out, like asking for merchandise, for swimwear. And she's like, so she's coming on the show. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, interesting. I'm curious who that'll be. She's like, yeah, she's like a pilot. And at that point, she said that. And I just turned and I looked at her and I was like, are you messing with me? And she was like, no, why? I go, was her name Rachel? She's like, yeah, that's her. And she's like, how do you know her? I was like, you stop. You can't be serious. And she's like, what? And I was like, that's my ex. one of them, and she was like, "Oh my gosh," she's like, "I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I just ruined everything." She's like, "Oh my gosh," she's like, "Oh, they're gonna kill me. The producer's gonna kill me." And I was just like, "You know, she's coming for sure." She's like, "I think she is. I'm not like fully certain, but I think she is." Like she was saying she's supposed to be coming on the show, so I was aware that she may show up, but I didn't know when she was going to show up. And I wasn't like fully certain, but I knew that they had talked to her. So I was like, okay, she might walk through the door. But of course, like when she walked through, I was shocked because I was sitting right in front of the door. And I don't know if the guys set me up for that, but we like sat down in this little fire pit area and
Uh-oh.
I'm like 10 feet away from the door. And she opens it up all of a sudden. I'm like, whoa, there she is. So that reaction was genuine. I was like, whoa, okay, here she is.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, so it was pretty wild.
Oh my God. I can't imagine. And that's why I was like, are you sure you're not sick of reality TV after that, Clayton?
Well, yeah, I really did not expect it. And so I remember I turned to the producers like later that day and I was like, kudos to you all. They're like, what? I was like, very smart. I said, you're going to pull most of the Bachelor audience over because like this was Rachel and Clayton, how it, what it could have been. And I was like, this is going to draw people. Like like from a producer standpoint, like kudos to you all. I like now it's a lot for me on my plate that I have to work through,
Yeah,
but I get why you did it. And so yeah, it was and they just smiled and like, well, we just make entertaining television. So I was like, yeah, this will be
that's what you got
entertaining.
to do for reality TV, unfortunately, to get
Yeah.
the ratings up and everything. But like you said, you seem to be doing really well with your jobs. And like, what else do you have coming up besides work and the hair and the dance moves? Any TV shows coming up?
Nah, so what I do have that's well, it's exciting because I suppose now because we're on the other side of it all. But I don't know if you're aware of what I went through a pregnancy scandal. I don't know if you'd seen on that.
Yes.
That was pretty wild. It is still very wild because it's still going on. Although I won in court a year ago, she's now facing 7 felony charges. So she's looking at many years in prison, which is pretty crazy to think we've gotten to this point. But I'm like the fourth guy that she's done this to. Actually, I think there's five. I know of two others that have come forward, and I've now, become friends with them. A few other guys want to stay private, but it's something she's been conning men over for years. She's never actually gets pregnant. She fakes it. So anyways, why I bring that up is because I signed on with iHeart to do I think we're going to do 10 or 12 series podcast over the whole thing, so 10 or 12 episode series, which also is going to potentially become a documentary. So it's been pitched to like the major networks, Paramount, Netflix, Hulu, um, HBO, and so there's interest. It's just the court. I actually have to go to trial in January to testify against her, so it's still ongoing. So I think once that wraps up, there might be the green light for a documentary. But it's crazy. I mean, um,
Crazy.
like it's crazier than a lot of like Netflix documentaries. It's wild. I don't think people realize like how in depth and sinister it was. All the things she did. Um, so that's
Can't
exciting
imagine what you went
coming
through.
out. It's exciting it's coming out because yeah, I mean people are gonna like I'm gonna be able to speak on something really, really challenging that also again made me stronger. Like I'm glad that I went through it. I know it's weird to say. It's like why would you ever be glad to go through a paternity scandal? It's like because it taught me a lot of lessons. It taught me to be more protective of my energy. It taught me to become more present in my life and not be so fearful of what's to come because really the future is never guaranteed. So it's like, I was fearful that, oh my gosh, 9 months from now, if this girl's telling the truth, she might actually be pregnant. Because when she first came out and told me, I was like, why would this girl lie? So I was like, oh my gosh, 9 months from now, this girl's gonna be pregnant or have a child and it's gonna ruin my life because like this girl's crazy and I don't want to be with her. Um, and come to find out it was all made up. So it's like I learned to like be present and it's like don't worry about what's to come because you really don't have any clue what could happen 9 months from now. So like this whole ordeal caused me to become more present. And I think that's an incredible, incredible lesson to learn is to like just be focused on what's right in front of you. And that's allowed me to like get rid of like the overthinking and stop reflecting upon the past and thinking into the future, which is where I spent a lot of my energy prior. So great things have come from it, and I think there's a lot more to come when the documentary comes out. I think it's going to help a lot of other individuals that have reached out to me that are going through something similar.
Yeah. Well, I do look forward to hearing your side of the story for sure. It's definitely really interesting. I mean, that's not something anyone would want to go through, And the fact that you're willing to speak up about it says a lot about your character. Truly, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, I just want to help others. I've gotten t 20, 30 messages probably from men and women that know someone that's went through something similar. And that's just what's reached out to me. So it's sad. I'm not saying it's common, but it's more common than people realize that women fake pregnancies. And so again, it's not it's but it's a fine line. I don't want like to go into this whole like we shouldn't believe women thing because that's not at all what I want to push. It's just like, hey, let's not, like let's get all the facts together and let's, not just like like believe someone right away for what they state to be true. Like let's wait until the facts come out and then use discernment and like then say, hey, maybe this could be true, but maybe this could also be true. Because when it first came out online, I was guilty until proven innocent. I mean, the large mass of people online attacked me right away and said like he's an asshole, he's a terrible human being. This tracks with exactly what we saw on TV. So there were a ton of people that didn't believe me at first, and that was tough. Like that put a strain on me. So I'm like, look, if you all would have just been like patient and waited for the facts to come out, we could have saved a lot of hardship and a lot of, turmoil, emotional turmoil on my end. But people are so quick to just like jump and attack. And it's because there's no accountability online. You can say whatever you want and not face any accountability. And that's like where I think social media needs to be checked. There needs to be more um,
I agree.
repercussions. Like I've had people send me kill yourself comments. Like it's like, well, if I kill myself, then all of a sudden, then you may face accountability. But I'm like, I think we should get to a point where we should cause people to pay a fine or face jail time if you send a comment like that. Because that's ridiculous. Like, but that's the thing. People send it because they just know they can and they're not going to face any repercussion. So, I feel like that this whole thing that I've went through is for a greater purpose, meant to help others be able to come out and share their truth and finally, triumph over someone that just tried to tarnish their name. Because this woman tried to destroy my reputation and she failed, but she did put a dent in it for a period of time.
No, I remember, but I'm proud of you for speaking out about everything, really,
Yeah,
Clayton.
sorry, I didn't mean like I'm not that this needs to be like all of a sudden like a twist, like also you're like, whoa, I wanted this to be a positive interview. Like I am
No,
all this.
no.
I think there's a lot of just like complexity to my life and what I've went through. Like I'm very positive for the most part. Of course I have my moments where I'm still human and I get caught up in stuff and dwell upon it. But my life has been unique and I just feel like my whole point is like part of my passion and purpose is to like just be vulnerable and transparent
Yeah.
and just like put myself out there as I am and say, look, I'm not perfect. I shouldn't be put on a pedestal. I shouldn't be kicked into a corner. I should just be seen as what I am, somewhere in the middle, like, because that's what we all are anyways. Like we're all flawed. So I'm just trying to show people that like you can live a life and be flawed and still be loved. Like you don't have to put the polished version of yourself on the internet and say like everything is great because it's not. Like you'd be hard pressed to find anybody that has a perfect life.
No, for sure. And the fact, like I said, that you're willing to talk about what you've been through, not only on The Bachelor, but outside of the Bachelor franchise, this false pregnancy, like it says a lot about you and your character and how you just want to help people. And I see that in you. And I did during your time on The Bachelor as well. And I want you to know that truly as a viewer and your friends. So
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I think I tried too hard sometimes to like prove myself and it came across as inauthentic. So I've realized now that um like I just need to be me and do what I feel is best. I don't need to like make a post to try to persuade people. I should just it's like if I shouldn't be doing something to try to prove to people anything. Like I should just be doing something because I feel pulled to do it, and if I think it's going to help someone, great. But if I'm doing it because I'm like, oh, I'm trying to, improve upon my reputation and turn the tide, it's like, well, that's likely rooted in a place of like external validation, which is not necessary. Um, and more so speaks volumes to like if I'm chasing external validation still, then where's my self-love? So if anything, it's like anytime I catch myself, I'm like, oh, I'm trying to post this to please others. Okay, then clearly I need to work on my self-love because I'm searching for external validation, which is empty and which is fleeting and which I chased and a lot of people from reality television chase. And you'll get it, but you'll lose it as quickly as you get it because the next shiny object comes around and you're forgotten. So it's a dangerous chase to pursue, and unfortunately, many people from reality TV are still caught in it.
that's true. That's true. But let's let's move past all of this and talk about the positive. And I'm excited to have you back. The last time you were on my show was 2 years ago, like we were saying in the beginning. And I don't know if you remember, but we played a game. It was
Okay.
called the speed round.
All
So
right.
I asked you as many questions as I could about you within a minute. You answered 17 questions last time, which is pretty
Okay.
good. But
Okay.
now this season, I had my friend Giacomo do it, and he answered 23 questions in 1 minute. And I know you're pretty competitive.
Was I the record holder prior?
You were, you and Shubham from the Circle. You both were my
So you had
tiebreakers.
5 more. All right. I don't know if I'll get any better because I still like. Although I can confidently now probably have more confidence, so I can just say one word and not feel like I have to give an explanation.
I think you got it, Clayton. And
We'll
what
see.
was funny was the last time we played the speed round, I asked you a question and people were laughing in the comments because I said, "What are you binging?" And you assumed that I said, "What are you benching?" So
Oh, oh, okay. I
so
don't know if
I got some good laughs from that. But out of curiosity, are you binging anything right now?
not what I used to. Yeah, not from still healthy and 31, but no wait, am I 31? 32. I don't even know my age anymore.
It's just
32.
a number. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
32. But like I'm starting to see that like I'm not a 23-year-old anymore. I don't have quite the strength.
No,
So,
it's just funny. Like to this day now, some people are still laughing when I asked, "What are you binging?" And then you're like, "I'm benching."
oh yeah, yeah. Well, I gave you. I guess I don't know. I guess I
You
like
know
to work
what?
with
We're here for it. We want to hear everything on the
the gym's always
Exclusivo.
on my mind. It's a big part of my life.
But whenever you're ready, Clayton, I can start the timer and let's see how you do this time.
Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna start now. Mullet or mustache?
Mustache.
What's your middle name?
Ray.
Jeans or sweatpants?
Sweatpants.
Perfect match or The Bachelor?
Bachelor.
Favorite football player?
Tyrone Wheatley.
Show me your go-to dance move.
Show you it?
Yeah, real quick.
Probably the
Oh,
Smeeze. This is gonna
sorry.
take up time. It's probably the Smeeze. It's this one. What do you got? That's gonna cut into my time. That's not
I
fair.
know. It's funny. Have you ever dated a girl from the gym?
Yes.
Reality TV, yay or nay?
Yay.
Scruff or full beard?
Full beard.
Hiking or biking?
Hiking.
How do you like your eggs?
Sunny side up.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Squats or sit-ups?
Squats.
Protein shake or granola bar?
Protein shake.
Your favorite sports arena?
I don't know the name of them. The Raiders one.
Neat
Coliseum.
freak or slob?
Neat freak.
Your favorite app?
Favorite app. Oh, it's gonna kill me. I don't even know what the name of it. I'm blanking.
You tied though. You still got the same score that you
I
did
could have
last
said,
year.
I could have lied and said Instagram, but I didn't want like that was the first one that popped up. That's not true. It's not
That was my
Instagram.
first time doing a go-to dance move in the speed round. I gotta say, Clayton, you did pretty well,
And
even
I still
though
tied off the speed round. See, I think I should just get a +1 point because that burned up like a solid
that's
8.
fair. Here, I'll let you answer one more and I'll give you a +1 point because it's
Okay,
a fair thing to do.
it
What's a
is.
place you'd love to visit?
Switzerland.
Okay, all right, we'll make it 18. How's that? We'll be fair. I'm
Oh, I
fair.
was only at 18. I thought I tied for 23. No, okay.
No,
All
sorry, my
right,
friend
well,
Giacomo still holds that title, so
that's fine. You know
he's
what?
gonna
Hey,
brag about it every time I post my speed runs. He's like, "Yep, I still won."
all right. Well, I improved upon the last time, so that's good.
Well, that's all that matters. But seriously, Clayton, thank you so much for coming on. It's always great to catch up with you, and I'm glad that you're doing well.
Thank you, Amanda. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have an incredible day. And until next time.